Hey, thanks for taking a couple minutes to listen to what I have to say about the Courtney Coco case. I just got to get something off my chest. And I didn't even. So, for those that don't know me or not familiar with what I do, my name is Jim Chapman, and I am host of Local Leaders, the podcast. We're a podcast based in Livingston Parish, Louisiana. For those of you that are real life, real crime, the podcast lifers like me, or patron subscribers like me, or Patreon, however they say it, you'll be familiar with Livingston Parish, Louisiana as well. That's the home parish right now of Woody Overton, host of Real Life, Real Crime, the podcast. So in the last 24 hours, it's been kind of a whirlwind. It's been an absolute blessing that someone has been arrested for the murder of Courtney Coco. And if you're a real life, real crime fan, which I'm sure most of you are, this has been a day we have been waiting for a long, long time. So I, like everybody else, was really excited to get that news. I saw it over Facebook that Anthony Burns had been arrested for that murder of Courtney Coco. So first and foremost, my deepest sympathies, of course, to the family of Courtney Coco for everything they have been through. It's been a long, long time. I think it was 15 years this case had went unsolved prior to the involvement of Real Life, Real Crimes of Woody Overton and the lifers combined to apply pressure to this case to the point that it got solved by Woody Overton, quite frankly, in 7 weeks' time. So I'm just kind of freestyling this, which is, if I was Woody Overton, that's something I do every episode, raw and unscripted, right? But I'm not typically unscripted. My podcast is a leadership, small business podcast where I interview them. And typically we script these because you don't want to leave anything out when you're interviewing a business owner. You want to make sure you cover all the key points and hot topics. And I feel a huge responsibility to really cover everything with those businesses. So I'm not unscripted. So bear with me a little bit because today I'm unscripted. I have no idea what's about to come out of my mouth. Just need to get this off my chest and all of that. So Courtney Coco, somebody's been arrested finally, and here are my thoughts on that. And this is really, really what I got to get off my chest. The district attorney for Rapides Parish came out and gave absolutely no credit at all to Mr. Overton, or Woody, as I call him, or Real Life, Real Crime, or lifers, or anything. And I want to preface this with, it's not about credit. It's not about getting credit. We all know that. It's about getting closure for this family. And first and foremost, that's in my mind, and I'm sure everybody else's mind. We want closure for this family. Very, very important. And thank God they have, they're on the process towards that. Of course, we still want to see a conviction and all the things that go along with that. But an arrest is a huge step in the right direction. All of that being said, it almost made me physically sick that no government official, including the district attorney of Rapides Parish, came out and at least acknowledged the work that Woody Overton has put into this case, the time, I'm sure the expense, everything that he did to see justice served. The guy didn't even have the common courtesy to acknowledge it when the reporter brought it up. That's disgusting. Because I look on the other side of that and I get outside that box and I see a guy who is taking full credit for something that he doesn't deserve full credit for, quite frankly. Now, I don't know the facts of the case as far as how much involvement he did have. And so I, standing on the outside, cannot relinquish any credit from him. I don't know. Maybe he and, other people played a big role and part in this. And I'm sure there was some detectives there that probably did a little more than we know at this point. But I can tell you one thing. Had Woody Overton not got involved in that case, I would almost bet you every dollar I've ever made, nobody would be arrested at this point. That was a cold case, period, when Woody took it over. And I can tell you from the research I've done, when you have a 15-year-old cold case, the fact of the matter is it probably is not ever going to get solved. It's probably a 1% to 2% chance that murder ever gets solved. So that kind of tells you the importance of the involvement of real life, real crime and Woody Overton in that case. But yet that guy stood up there and the reporter even asked him about it, and he had really no comment on it. I mean, he blew right past that. Matter of fact, it looked to me like he got really disheveled when that was brought up. It just kind of disgusted me a little bit because he knows, that guy knows. He knows that had the pressure not been put on, the police department and himself, nothing likely would have been done. And even after, this is the shocking thing, even after all this pressure, holding rallies and things like that, it still took a while. I haven't talked to Woody about this. I don't know like I say, I don't know all the facts of the case, obviously, but I'm pretty sure they knew who this guy was a year ago, maybe even longer. No doubt about it. Had Woody not been involved, then you can't convince me that anybody would be arrested at this point. So shout out to the Wolf. And I'm going to tell you, I've had Woody on my show. I really enjoyed. He's got an amazing life. He's not just a storyteller. Woody's got, he's like an onion, as they say, you peel, you peel this onion. I don't remember the exact terminology, but there's many sides to an onion or whatever they say. Many layers rather. That's kind of like Woody. He's a extremely rounded individual. But make no mistake about this. I can read people ultra fast. It's a gift. Woody's the same way. He has this gift. He can read people pretty much right off. Always has been. It's really a gift from God, I think. I'm kind of the same way. Woody Overton's a great storyteller. Woody Overton is a great podcaster. He's an awesome dude. All of those things. But let me tell you one thing about Woody Overton. Woody Overton's a detective. Let that sink in for a second. Woody Overton, when it's all said and done, he's a detective. That's in his blood. When you can take a cold case that has not been solved for 15 years and solve it in 7 weeks, you're a detective. You just podcast and tell stories really good. But in your heart, you're a detective. So I just really wanted to get that off my chest. No one put me up to that. Woody Overton, is the last person to seek credit for that. Although, look, if it were me, I'm human. And the first thing I want is closure for that family and peace for that family. And I want to see a conviction. But, in the back of my head somewhere, I would be thinking, wow, this guy is acting like I had absolutely nothing to do with this case being solved. So that kind of tells you about the character of that gentleman, in my opinion. I don't know him. And as I said, I'm not privy to the role he played. And I could be way off base, and if I am, so corrected. But I did not care at all for him totally blowing off when that reporter, mentioned that Real Life, Real Crime, the podcast, played a big role. And he, this guy started stuttering and stammering over his words. It was almost embarrassing. So great job, Woody. I think all of us as lifers and people who support your show and what you do, of course, all of us know how important your involvement was. So aside from that, we got more to go. Barbara Blunt, that's one in my community, very close to, my heart, because it's right here in Livingston Parish. And so hopefully that case will really start moving in the right direction. Not a whole lot of evidence in that case, so it's going to be real interesting to watch that one unfold when the wolf gets on that one. Again, my sincerest thank you to Woody for everything he did to get this case to a point to where we now have an arrest, and we're looking, if Woody says there's enough evidence there to get a conviction, I believe him. So let's hope and pray that this guy ends up exactly where he deserves to be. My heart also goes out to the family, and I'm very happy that it looks like they may get some sort of closure at some point following this conviction. What a beautiful gift. So thank you very much for listening. I feel a little bit better. I didn't want this to go too long. I just wanted to get this off my chest. I'm sure a lot of you feel that way. I hope to see a lot of you at the Real Life, Real Crime second annual Crew Bash. That's going to be at the Texas Club in Baton Rouge, upcoming. So I know on my show we're going to be we're going to do some giveaways and give out some tickets and stuff. But I look forward to maybe meeting several other lifers out there and just talking real life, real crime. So until next time, I'm Jim Chapman. And as Woody Overton would say, don't let Woody catch you on murder by you. Peace.